The Vanishing of Dennis Martin. It was a warm summer day in 1969 when the Martin family went camping in the Great Smoky Mountains. 6-year-old Dennis was excited, running between the tall trees, laughing as his father chased him. His parents kept a close eye on him, but in the mountains, danger could hide anywhere. That afternoon, Dennis played hide and seek with his brothers near a small hill. "Ready or not, here I come," he shouted, darting behind some bushes. His brothers counted to 20, then ran to find him. But Dennis was gone. At first, they thought he was just hiding really well. They called his name, searching behind trees and rocks, but Dennis didn't answer. Their laughter turned to panic as minutes passed with no sign of him. "Dennis!" his father yelled, his voice echoing through the forest. But the woods stayed silent. The family searched for hours, then called park rangers. Soon, hundreds of people joined the hunt. Police, volunteers, even the military. They used dogs, helicopters, and loudspeakers, but Dennis had vanished without a trace. As night fell, strange things began happening. Some searchers reported hearing a child's laughter deep in the woods, but when they followed it, there was nothing. Others felt like they were being watched. One man swore he saw a tall, shadowy figure moving between the trees, too fast to be human. Days turned to weeks, but Dennis was never found. Some people said the mountains were cursed, that something unnatural lived there. Old stories whispered of a creature called Bigfoot, a giant beast that stole children who wandered too far. Others believed the forest itself was alive, swallowing those who didn't belong. Years later, campers still tell the story of Dennis Martin. They say if you listen closely at night, you might hear a little boy's voice calling for help. But no one ever finds him, because in the Great Smoky Mountains, some things that disappear stay gone forever. The Ghosts of Skinwalker Ranch. The Thompson family thought camping near Skinwalker Ranch would be an adventure. Jake, 12 years old, had heard the creepy stories, UFOs, ghostly figures, and strange creatures, but he didn't believe them. His little sister Mia was nervous, but their parents promised nothing bad would happen. They were wrong. On their first night, Jake woke up to a strange sound outside the tent. It wasn't the wind. It was more like whispering. He unzipped the tent flap just enough to peek out. The moon was bright, lighting up the empty field. Then he saw them, 3 tall black figures standing near the trees. They had no faces, just shadows darker than the night. Jake's breath caught in his throat. One of them turned its head toward him. "Dad," Jake whispered, shaking his father awake. His dad grabbed the flashlight and scanned the trees. The figures were gone. "Probably just shadows from the branches," his dad said, but Jake noticed the way his hand trembled. The next night, Mia screamed, "Look at the sky!" Bright lights darted back and forth, moving too fast to be planes. They flashed red, then blue, then vanished. Jake's mom grabbed Mia and held her close. "We should leave," she said, but before they could pack, a low growl came from the bushes. A massive wolf stepped into the clearing. Its fur was patchy, its eyes glowed yellow, and its mouth hung open, dripping saliva. Jake's dad grabbed his hunting rifle. "Get back!" he shouted, firing a shot into the air. The wolf didn't even flinch. It kept walking toward them. Jake's dad aimed and fired again, this time right at the wolf's chest. The bullet should have killed it instantly, but the wolf didn't fall. It didn't even bleed. The bullet passed straight through like the creature wasn't even solid. Then, the worst part, the wolf laughed. A deep, human laugh that made Jake's skin crawl. "Get in the truck now!" his mom screamed. They ran, stumbling over their camping gear, and jumped into the truck. His dad turned the key, the engine roared to life, and they sped away. Jake looked back just in time to see the wolf standing in the road, watching them, and behind it, The shadow figures stood in a line, their hollow faces turned toward the fleeing family. They never went back to Skinwalker Ranch, but sometimes, late at night, Jake hears scratching at his bedroom window. And when he looks outside, he swears he sees yellow eyes staring back at him from the darkness. The Black-Eyed Children of Cannock Chase. Tom and his little sister Ellie had been excited for their camping trip in Cannock Chase. Their parents had warned them to stay close to the campsite, but as the sun began to set, Ellie ran ahead chasing fireflies. "Ellie, wait!" Tom called, hurrying after her. The trees grew thicker and the air turned cold. Then he saw her, frozen in place, staring at something in the shadows. Two children stood just beyond the trees, a boy and a girl, both pale as moonlight, wearing old-fashioned clothes. Their eyes were completely black, like empty holes. Tom's stomach twisted. Something was wrong. "Ellie, come back," he whispered, but she didn't move. The black-eyed girl smiled. "We're lost," she said in a voice too soft, too sweet. "Can you help us?" Ellie took a step forward. "No!" Tom grabbed her arm and pulled her back. The black-eyed boy tilted his head. "Let us come with you," he said. "We just want to go home." Tom's skin crawled. He didn't know why, but every part of him screamed, "Run!" "Sorry, we can't help you," Tom said, backing away. The children's smiles faded. Their black eyes seemed to grow darker. The air around them felt heavy, like a storm was coming. "Please," the girl whispered. "Let us in." Tom didn't understand what she meant, but he didn't want to find out. He tightened his grip on Ellie's hand. "We have to go. Now." The black-eyed children stepped closer. The trees groaned and the wind howled like a warning. Tom turned and ran, dragging Ellie with him. Behind them, the children's voices followed, whispering, "Let us in. Let us in." They didn't stop until they reached the campsite, breathless and shaking. Their parents scolded them for wandering off, but Tom didn't care. He kept looking back into the woods, half expecting to see those pale faces watching. That night, as they sat by the fire, Tom heard it again, a soft knock on their tent. Tap, tap, tap. A small voice whispered, "We're cold. Let us in." Tom's blood turned to ice. He held his breath, praying the sound would stop. Then silence. But just as he began to relax, the tent zipper started to move, slowly, inch by inch. Something was trying to get inside. If you liked the video, please give it a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also hit the bell icon so you never miss an update.